Today marks the 60th anniversary of the Charter of the United Nations. San Francisco was the birthplace of the UN and is marking the occasion this weekend. A 28-year-old Daly City man is in jail this morning after police seized more than 1,000 pounds of illegal fireworks from the home he shares with his parents.
We have more than 85 Alameda County deputies and officers out here tonight, and they're not just on 880. They're on the surface streets all around the Oakland Coliseum. They say if they catch you drinking and driving or drunken driving, you're going to go to jail, and they've got it all set up out here to take care of business. In Oakland, I'm April Cummings, Front 4 News.
4:06 right now this morning in the Middle East, a delicate truce is in place. The UN resolution is just hours old now, and the world is waiting to see whether that truce will hold. Kyung La reports from Washington. In London tonight, investigators continue to say the London bombings that killed more than 50 people bear the signature of al-Qaeda. Three British newspapers are saying that investigators link the attacks to the mastermind of the Madrid bombings, Abu Musab al-Suri. He is a Syrian fugitive who's been indicted in Spain for the 9/11 attacks. The U.S. has a $5 million bounty on him. Meanwhile, families are searching for at least 50 people still missing in the London bombings. CNN's Alessio Vinci reports. So you would never think to leave your car unattended and running, but people near San Diego found a train running on the tracks last night with no one in sight. Rail workers say it happens all the time because trains are so hard to start. But police worry that abandoned trains could be an invitation to terrorists. Workers for the Burlington Northern Line would not talk, but officials at the Department of Homeland Security say they are aware of the incident. Let's take a look at some of the top stories we're following for you at this hour. A series of marches and rallies planned for today in Oakland, San Francisco, and San Jose to show support for immigrants across the country. The first march begins at 9 a.m. in Oakland at the corner of International Boulevard and 98th Avenue and will continue down International Boulevard to the Oakland Federal Building at 13th and Clay Streets for a rally at 11:30 this morning. The California Highway Patrol arrested more than 1,000 people in California for driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol over the first 2 days of the Labor Day weekend. The CHP says this is a 23% increase from the same time last year. And Pacific Gas and Electric Company wants its 5 million customers to sign an online petition. They're asking automakers to make plug-in hybrid electric vehicles available for mass sale. These vehicles are called PHEVs or plug-ins, and right now they're part of PG&E's company fleet. The electric vehicles can be charged overnight by being plugged into a 120-volt standard socket and can operate with no gasoline. It is 4:07. We have lots more still ahead for you this morning. Oakland police officer under investigation right now for the shooting of a 17-year-old male. In fact, we just learned a short time ago that 17-year-old actually was killed. This all happening at the intersection of International Boulevard and 65th Avenue. We're looking at pictures from the scene from earlier right now. Investigators say that this officer was part of a multi-agency crime task force shadowing two suspects wanted in connection with a string of shootings. According to the officers involved, they said that they approached the suspects. One of them opened fire. That's when they returned fire, hitting the victim. The other suspect they arrested without incident. Well, Catherine, if you haven't been in this area for a while, things have certainly changed here. Now, when BART riders get off the station here at Fruitville, they can walk off the trains out of the station and right into Fruitville Village. It's kind of a mall with apartments and businesses and restaurants all together designed to bring customers, consumers, and riders all into this area to spend money and live and work here. But when there is a crime in this area, it raises concerns about safety.
BART riders know their safety isn't just about what happens inside the station or on the trains. At 11 Friday night, as his children watched, 36-year-old Mauricio Toledo was kidnapped as he tried to secure his wife's car in the parking lot south of the Fruitville station. His kidnappers were three young men.
They were driving around the lot. They couldn't figure out how the heck to get out of the lot. In the ruckus of everything, the father was able to get out of the car. As the car was moving, he opened the door and he fell out of the car, but not before he got stabbed twice, once in both legs.
He is okay, and BART wants its riders to know that major crime like this is down 22%. Patrols were stepped up after a kidnapping in April.
We are increasing the patrols. We have increased the patrols, but we still expect our patrons to do their best to keep their eyes and ears open for crime.
But BART riders give the transit agency a mixed report card.
I never see any security people, not in the morning when I'm on my way to work, not in the evening when I'm on my way home, or even out shopping like now. There's no security anywhere.
I think it's just the elderly people, and innocent bystanders, women, you know what I'm saying, that some guys are taking advantage of, But other than that, I feel safe.
Sometimes I have to come here and catch the bus at night. I don't see no police or nothing, and I'm by myself sometimes. That ain't cool. I don't see nobody walking the beat at all.
And that is what passengers say they want most. They want a greater and more visible police presence. In fact, they say that's what's going to take for this whole project to work out here. Now, there is a parking garage that's brand new out here right down the street, and it could help alleviate some of the problems, providing more security for passengers, but there isn't enough space for all BART riders, and so that still leaves them with the same dilemma. Will they be safe at night going to their cars? In Oakland, I'm April Cummings, reporting live for KRON 4 News. Well, Catherine, a handful of people were evacuated from this area, but frankly, people from all over the Mill Valley area have been hearing and feeling it as the bomb squad detonated these explosives. That's the sound of a safe, if not speedy, resolution to an explosive situation. It's the sound these families have been waiting for hours. They are the families who live on Castle Rock Road, forced to leave their homes when unstable dynamite is found just a few hundred feet away.
We came home this afternoon from the Nutcracker and found that they wouldn't let us down the street, and we've cooled our heels for a few hours, and now we're trying to get home.
The Marin County Sheriff's Department got the call around 1 Saturday afternoon. Initially, a hiker found 4 sticks of dynamite, but when the UC Berkeley bomb squad got here, along with the Travis Air Force Military Ordnance Team, it wasn't just 4 sticks anymore. They found a lot more.
And they said apparently they found about 25 pounds of old dynamite.
The explosive was found in an area well known to locals, but not commonly used by outsiders.
It's not maintained like the state parks and the national parks, and it's mostly used by locals, so it can easily go undiscovered, I'm sure. But who knows how long it's been there.
You have been waiting for quite some time now. Your house is a couple hundred feet away from all this.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty exhausted at this.
Exhausted, but finally headed back down the hill to his home. So far, no reports of injuries or damage to property, although, of course, homeowners are still checking all that out. The Sheriff's Department tells me it's too early to say whose explosives these were, but they are investigating, and the ATF will be following up on this tomorrow. In addition to that, he also says they're still sorting out exactly how much explosive in all there was. Initially, they had 4 sticks, then 25 pounds, and now he's saying it's somewhere between 7 and 10 boxes. So there's still some details to be sorted out here. We'll bring you the latest as we get it. In the Mill Valley area, I'm April Cummings, KRON 4 News.